Hey guys, it's Brando Linick here, and we are going to talk about pretty much the one thing everyone hates doing, but it's very necessary when it comes to starting a business. We're going to talk about business planning. I'm going to share with you a couple examples when it comes to this, a couple popular examples like retail business planning, and sharing with you, like how to start a pet store business plan. So if this is something that you're looking into to start a business, to be your own boss, it's very critical you know this stuff. I'm also on top of that going to share with you kind of my experience when it comes to this, to save a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and aggravation and late nights and stuff that you just don't want to go through. And people who've gone through this, they make no money and they can't get their business up and off the ground, and it's been like 6 months, 12 months, and they're still, not having a consistent income flow and customer flow. So you're going to want to know this stuff, you're going to want to pay close attention. Now when it comes to mapping out a business plan for the example in this video, retail business, a pet store business, you're looking at first and foremost obviously getting your business license, registering your business. Now this and the qualifications with retail, okay, with a pet store business specifically, it's going to vary. There's certain regulations when you're dealing with pets and animals that you have to follow and abide by. Cleanliness, operating and maintaining, it's completely a little bit different, but still has the same principles as a retail business, alright, where you're going to have to get those two things, your license, and you're going to have to register your business, which you can go to the Secretary of State website to do that, alright, or if you're in Canada, you can go to the government website and you can do that. But from that point on, you have to look at operating in a facility, okay, a place where you can operate under. Now this is going to be either leased, rented, or bought. You're going to be doing one of those two things. That's really what you need, okay? And regardless of either or that you're going to be doing, this is a monthly ongoing expense. Electricity, water to operate it, and if you're renting, you're leasing, you're paying on a monthly basis for that as well. So this is your monthly ongoing expense, okay? So you have your upfront investment right then and there. From that point on, what you're actually going to need is going to vary, alright? And I'm just going to give you a broad example here so you can take and run with it. And I would actually advise you to go to some local retail stores, local pet business owners, and just see what they have in their space, alright? See what they have. Ask them questions like how many customers on average do they get through a day, just on average. Piquing your interest, okay? Not being intrusive, but asking them so you could get an idea, so you can look at your business and see how long it's going to take you and how many customers you need to get a return on your investment, because it's all about getting that return on your investment so you can actually make an income for yourself. That's why I share that with you. But from that point, you got to look at the supplies, equipment, employees that they have, okay, employees that you're going to have to take on, and all that stuff will vary, like I said, depending on what you're going to be retailing, what you're not going to be retailing. But that in a nutshell is really it, okay? It really is that simple, but I'm telling you, when I say simple, I'm not saying there's no work required, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of work required. Getting all that stuff, getting one up and going, unless you don't have the budget set aside, I actually wouldn't advise you to go get a loan. I wouldn't advise you to go get, financing from the bank. It's not a cool place to be in, where you're getting in debt immediately starting a business, and I've seen people do that, strapping that ball and chain to their leg and taking 10, 15, 20 years to do it. But that in a nutshell is really how it works. So getting your business license, registering your business, looking for a place to operate under, whether you're buying, leasing, or renting out that space, looking at your supplies and equipment. Best thing you could do is go to local pet stores and check it out. Alright, and then from that point on, okay, it's all about looking at the return you're going to get on your investment, looking at how many customers you need to get per day to get a return on your investment. I've seen anywhere from, people having to get, 200 customers to 300 customers per month to actually turn a profit. So just to give you a rough average idea. But that's just my experience, so I hope that helps you out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and in addition to this video, I will say this, like I said, I would share with you some of my experience. If you're looking at this because you just want to be your own boss, if you're looking at this because you want to take control of your income, if that's really what you're looking for, I would advise you, before you consider starting a pet store or a retail business, before you walk down this path, learn how to build a leveraged business with your profit margins higher and your overhead lower, so you can get a return a lot faster. And my story and experience with this goes back about a year ago, when I came across a person who was building a business on the internet. And I won't tell you the internet's the only way to go, but if you hear me out here, they didn't have supplies, equipment, employees, and the operating costs to maintain that and manage that on a daily, monthly basis. And because they weren't dealing with that, they were making more money, alright, a lot faster. And I started to model and copy what they were doing. They're making a high multiple six-figure income, and in less than a month after that, I was able to create a full-time income business, working part-time, put my traditional business off to the side, quit corporate America, and I worked my butt off for that. I had to learn stuff for that, but the cool part was I didn't have to deal with managing, maintaining, and business planning out all those things and more that you'd have to do with a retail store business. So I hope that makes sense. I figured I'd throw that in there just in addition for those of you who are just looking at this because you want to be your own boss, you want to create time, freedom, leverage, and flexibility to do what you want when you want, because if that's the case, learn to build a business on the internet. It's the best thing you could do. It'll save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And if that makes sense to you logically from a business perspective, connect with me on my site. You can check it out after. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description if you want to learn how to build a business online. And I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world, regardless of the road you take. And seeing you at the top. Take care.